NK Telco Sports welcomes you to our coverage of high school volleyball, where the Northmont Thunderbolts will take on the Sidney Yellow Jackets. Tonight's game is brought to you by the following sponsors: First National Bank, Keyhole Pizza, Precision Strip, Winners Meats, Cargill, and NK Telco bring you tonight's game. From the Hive in Sidney, I'm Dave Helmstead, and along with me tonight, Brandon Koberman. Yellow Jackets coming into tonight's play, winners in their last two starts after that tough 5-set loss to Troy about a week ago. And they played pretty well in their last two outings and lead the Valley Division.
Yeah, wins over Xenia and Stebbins, Dave, and I was here for that Stebbins game on Thursday. They played really well without Cynthia Davidson. And so to get a little bit back on track after that 4-game skid there, they had some players really step up there, like Sophia Boslett, for example, on Thursday night. Played really strong, just an overall team game, especially playing without Cynthia Davidson. So I like to play with Sidney here in the last two games.
Yeah, and Coach Dexter Toby, he feels that, the Yellow Jackets are gaining their focus back after that rough stretch. They had 4 losses in a row, and they're playing much better as a team. And the last 2 games, as you noted, they were without Cynthia Davidson. So they were running a new lineup, but they were having some players step up, which put a smile on the coach's face.
Yeah, they're running a lot of new girls in, and Marley Coons came off and played a little bit off the JV team. But she's seen some girls step up, like Sophia Boslett and Caitlin Adams, for example.
And we're just moments away from the introduction of our starting lineups and our national anthem here on NK Telco. We'll take a break in the action. You're watching high school volleyball on NK Telco Sports.
The Hometown Opportunity Platform is exceptional.
It is focused, laser focused on the careers in our 4-county region.
100% of the time we go to Hometown Opportunity. We've had great success from a handful of applications when we need them, as well as a recent one where we had 67 applicants.
Honestly, it's a competitive advantage.
The Hometown experience has been everything I could have dreamed of and more.
Introduction of our starting lineups about to take place in the rosters. First with the visitors, the Northmont Thunderbolts. Introduce the roster for the T-Bolts. Take a look at some of the numbers on the season for Northmont. They've got numbers very strikingly similar when you take a look at some of the team stats as to the Yellow Jackets, Brandon.
Yeah, you take a look at this Yellow Jackets team, and, you got Rush, you got Davidson, but right around after that, you got a lot of girls that, just come in and they're very close, similar in kills, like Richardson, Adams, Boslett, girls that just contribute all around the board here for Coach Dexter Toby's team.
So we'll introduce the Sidney starters and the roster here in just a moment, but they like to dim the lights. They got a little highlight video or promotional video that they have played over the course of this season as the Yellow Jackets build the volleyball program here under head coach Dexter Toby. Sidney stands 7-4 in league play and 8-6 overall on the season. West Carrollton is second to them in the Valley Division with a 4-6 record, followed by Fairborn at 3-7, and Xenia 2-9, and Stebbins is winless at 0-12. Now on the Miami side of the MVL, Tippecanoe 12-0 and unbeaten at 15-0 overall. Butler 11-1 and 12-3. Greenville is in third place with an 8-4 record, followed by Troy at 6-6 and Piqua at 4-8. Now we'll introduce the Sidney roster. There's Haley Richardson, number 2. Kyla Rush, number 3. Caitlin Adams, number 4. Alina Swearingen, number 5. Sophia Boslett, number 7. Cynthia Davidson, number 8. Number 9, Marley Coons. Number 10, Ivy Roberts. Number 11, Donuvia Clark. Number 12, Maggie Turner. That's the roster for the Sidney Yellow Jackets tonight. Head coach, of course, Dexter Tobey. Let's take a look at our keys to the game tonight. Brandon, first for the visiting Northmont T-Bolts.
Thanks, Dave. And they want an effective serve game. They want to play an aggressive, effective serve game. They want to be strong at the net on the outside hitters like Rush and Davidson. They also just want to play good overall defense, have a good first touch, and be able to get in system.
And for the home team, the Sidney Yellow Jackets.
Talking to Coach Tobey before the game, he talked about staying focused. Here they're on a 2-game win streak. Want to make it 3 games here tonight. And they want to play with a little bit of tempo here tonight. And they also just want to go out and execute, just play good, sound, fundamental volleyball as we're over that halfway point of the season now.
And the Yellow Jackets, as we said, 8-6 overall. Northmont comes in to tonight's game at 7-8. Of course, they are in the Greater Western Ohio Conference, and they stand 7-8, middle of the pack in the GWAC, but they have played well as of late. Northmont 4-5 in conference play, and of course Centerville number 1 in that conference, unbeaten at 9-0 and 12-0. And Piqua did beat Northmont in 5 sets on Saturday. That had been the last start for the Thunderbolts. So should be an interesting night of volleyball as the Yellow Jackets try to pick up their 9th win of the season.
Take a look really at this team, Dave, too. One player we're really going to look at for Northmont's Maddie Hagar, 54 aces, 130 digs, setter defensive specialist, number 27 out there. And I say that, and she starts the game with a bad service.
I was going to say, she's number 1 in the GWAC in aces. Not a good start, and it's 1-0. Sidney out of the chute, and Davidson will serve it up for the Yellow Jackets. Comes the right side hit. That's going to be a kill. That puts a smile on a lot of folks. Number 14, Jenna Hall with the point.
Good way to respond and go right out the left front and in system.
And Sidney will counter. And the Yellow Jackets go up 2-1, and Alina Swearingen will be in serve for the Yellow Jackets. That serve's going to sail deep. And number 18, Ellie Gilmore, will serve it up for Northmont. Rush, Swearingen will get it over to Adams, and Adams gets the kill and the point. Sidney up 3-2 as Sophia Boslett will rotate into the lineup. Middle hitter for the Yellow Jackets. Richardson's serve goes into net, and we're tied at 3-all.
I think what's interesting, you take a look at this Northmont team. It's a pretty young team outside of really, Tamia Washington, Ashlyn Long. We got 3 seniors, I guess, and Siga Diop. Pretty young team.
Ashlyn Long. Here comes the set. Going for the kill was Jones, but Jackets good on defense. Swearingen over to Rush. Across the net almost by mistake at the net. No violation. Swearingen back on the set. And good strong hit by Adams gets the kill. And Jackets are up by a point.
Yeah, nice kill by Caitlin Adams out that right front. Great Sidney defense there on that possession.
Rush will serve. Set number 1 here on NK Telco Sports. Thanks for joining us. Sidney and Northmont. Northmont at the net. Here comes the attack by the Yellow Jackets, but right back in them, Jaden Johnson. Only a sophomore. She's a pretty intimidating figure right in the middle there for Northmont. Johnson, 89 kills, make it 90 on the season. As Madeline Hoff will serve. Swearingen back over to the right side, and Boslett's hit a little bit long, and it's 5-4. And Hoff got her only as a freshman, so a lot of young people in this lineup for Northmont. Adams a little frustrated with herself that time.
Yeah, a couple attack errors back-to-back for Sidney here.
And the difference is 6-4 Northmont. Jackets survive. Now they'll try and regroup. Davidson. Swearingen will just take it over. Johnson in the middle, but here comes Breidenbaugh. Turner to Davidson. Swearingen will take it across. Back row to Turner. Swearingen, here comes the set. It goes to the right side. Boy, nice reaction there by Caitlin Adams to keep that one going. Point goes to Northmont as Lydia Breidenbaugh, number 4 in the G-Walk in kills. Strong presence at that net for Northmont.
Yeah, they called a net violation 2 on Sidney, but Breidenbaugh does get credited with the kill as well.
Breidenbaugh, good block by Sidney, but Northmont recovers. And number 27, Maddie Hager, will get the kill.
Again, the Hagar, an interesting one. It seems like she contributes in a lot of ways. 130 digs, 54 aces, some kills in there. She's a very versatile player just by reading her stat line.
Yeah, her numbers, all of them are good. Here comes the set. Johnson. Rush will pick it up. Swearingen. Right side to Davidson. She'll get the kill. Cynthia Davidson picks up the 5th Sidney point, and it's 8-5. Northmont with the lead. Adams with the serve.
Call it Northmont under the net.
Violation goes against Northmont. 8-6 our score. Adams stays in serve. Washington digs it out. Long. Now Hoff takes it across. Swearingen over to the right side, and Davidson. But, boy, I'll tell you, number 19 with the block, Jaden Johnson. Impressive presence in the middle.
Yeah, she's got 2 solo blocks. Man, she's got all of that. Man, Northmont's got some size advantage over Sidney.
Swearingen takes it over, looking for the point. Somehow Northmont recovers. Turner sends it into the speaker. Swearingen will recover, and Davidson will take it across. Here comes the set, Hager. And timing just not quite there, looking for Ellie Gilmore. Boy, I tell you, Gilmore was in the air, too.
Yeah, it's like you said, Dave, she just mistimed it. And, you know, Sidney's covered that tip, that kind of softer hit pretty well here in the early going.
Swearingen with the serve. Washington up to Hager. Swearingen over to Richardson, goes for the corner, but good defense by Northmont. Breidenbaugh, good defense by the Yellow Jackets, but Northmont comes up with a point, and it's 10-7.
A nice play by Hagar. She goes a little softer there. It's like you said, though, Sidney's covered that soft hit pretty well here so far. They've taken any tips that Northmont can get away.
Maddie Hager Now Turner to Swearingen. Rush into the net. Point goes to Northmont.
You want to get Hagar off that service line. 54 aces on the season. If you're Sidney down 4 here in the middle of the first set, you want to get her off that service line.
She leads the G-Walk in aces. Out of bounds it goes. That's going to put Cynthia Davidson in serve for Sidney. 11-8. Sidney trails by 3 in the First National Bank Think First scoreboard. Goes over to the right side at the net, and Jenna Hall, the sophomore, picks up the point for Northmont, and it's 12-8.
That's a good leap by Hall. Man, just a sophomore. Like I said, this is a pretty young team. Take a look at it.
It's Brightenbaugh here serving. She's a junior.
Yeah.
That's going to be out, and it's long, so the point goes to the Yellow Jackets.
Oh, they're going to reverse it.
And it just has to hit the line.
Yeah.
And that kind of caught the line judge in a bad spot. It was right on her.
Yeah. And you got to back up because you got to get out the way. You're kind of forced to stand on that line. She should probably actually take about another 2 steps back, really, from where she's at.
Swearingen back over to Rush at the net. Boy, number 18, Ellie Gilmore. Got 30 blocks on the season. And that's good for second in the G-Walk. So there's some definite league leaders that we're seeing for Northmont in the G-Walk this season.
And that's just communication right there. Adams hits that ball, does not get out of the way, and Coach Dexter Tovey calls the timeout.
Timeout's brought to you by Precision Strip. Sidney will take, we'll think about this a little bit. Our score, Northmont 15, Sidney 8. You're watching high school volleyball on NK Telco Sports.
CarriageWorks has expanded and now can hold up to 25 cars in our service bay. CarriageWorks thrives on customer satisfaction. We accomplish that by providing top-of-the-line technology. CarriageWorks now uses a laser beam system to measure down to the millimeter of factory specs to better service you and get you back on the road. CarriageWorks has a brand new top-of-the-line paint booth that uses waterborne paint. There's no job too big or too small for CarriageWorks. We're certified collision specialists. Come in and see us today.
Thanks for watching us here on NK Telco Sports High School Volleyball. Northmont and Sidney doing battle here at the Hive, and Northmont off to a great first set start. Swearingen back over the right side, and Rush. And timeout profitable for Sidney as they get a point. Stop that run for Northmont. And Alina Swearingen will serve it up for Sidney. Swearingen. And, boy, just a communications mistake there.
Yeah, you've seen a couple of those from Sidney now in the recent last 2 point swings.
Ellie Gilmore.
Long.
She'll send that one long.
So you can just tell it off the hand from up here, too.
That was a high serve. 16-10. And Richardson then serve for Sidney. They could use an ace or two.
Call lift.
Double hit, lift.
I think it rolled up on her hand. I think that's why they called it. That had to have been the only way.
So Richardson scores the point, stays in serve, but fires it into the net. Boy, I tell you, those serving errors just can add up and be costly.
Yeah. It's just like an error in any other sport. It's just like a turnover in basketball, a fielding error in baseball, whatever. You know, like you said, it just adds up over time, and the team that limits them usually comes out on top.
Ashlyn Long will serve. Rush takes it deep to Brightenbaugh. Soft touch hit by Ariel Jones, and Davidson shoots it deep. Hager on the set. Boy, I'll tell you what, Jaden Johnson gets a nice set like that from Hager. You find that corner, and it's just hard to stop.
Yeah, and she's able to tuck it in that back corner with the Sidney defense sucked up. Like I said, they've covered that soft hit really well. But if Northmont can get it over them, look out.
Swearingen hit there by Boslett, and that's good news for Sidney. And it's 18-12 as Rush goes back to serve. Washington will hit it. Long has it now. Jones sends it across. Swearingen right side. Davidson. Oh, Brighton ball. Little hit off the speaker, I believe. Jones sends it in. Swearingen over to Rush. Oh, and Rush is hit just a little bit off. It went low, and it's 19-12.
See the way they're sending the blocker. She tried to send that in that back corner instead of really just trying to focus on getting it over on that back row attack. Sometimes you get focused with the blockers. You try to send it over them, and it does the counter effect and doesn't even make it across.
Number 12, Madeline Hoff, serves it up, tips the net. Swearingen back to Davidson. She'll find the right side of the line, and Sidney trails now 19-13 as number 4, Caitlin Adams, will serve it up. Yellow Jackets they've been uphill this entire set, but there's a much needed ace from Adams. 19-14. Rush over to Swearingen. Boslett to take it over, but Northmont right up front, and it's 20-14. Johnson goes out, and Gilmore comes in. And Malcolm Washington will serve it up. We got a timeout. Timeout's brought to you by Precision Strip. Breaking the action, Northmont 20, Sidney 14. You're watching high school volleyball on NK Telco Sports.
At First National Bank, we are working hard to make your life a little easier. With products like Card Valet, an app allowing you to control your cards with real-time notifications, transaction restrictions, and spending limits. The ability to access your money through 55,000 all-point ATMs across the country, surcharge-free. Live customer support when you need it, and online and mobile banking, allowing you to gain access to your financial information wherever and whenever you like. First National Bank, making your life a little easier.
Sidney takes a timeout, trying to stop this Northmont Thunderbolt squad, who's really playing well up front. And Washington sails it past the line, and so that gives Sidney another chance. But let's see what Sophia Boslett can do. Hager and Brighton just swing and a miss.
Just kind of a little poor service lately from the Thunderbolts.
So it's a 4-point difference. Hager, Brighton ball. Going for that's really a kill, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
That's a kill there, not a block, but nonetheless very impressive. That makes it 21-16, and Hager fires it across. Davidson. Washington. Brighton ball. Nice play up front by Richardson. Davidson. Swearingen's going to take it across. Shoots it over to Hager. Washington. Here comes the right side, and the hit picked up there by Rush. Davidson looking for that open space, and Hager just unable to shuffle over to get to that one in time, and that's a kill.
Yeah, Sidney glad to have Cynthia Davidson back. She's got 3 kills this set.
21-17. Hager, boy, thought she went through the line, but it goes out of bounds anyway.
That Sidney serving has really picked up throughout the set. They've been able now to get Northmont out of system here the past few times in the service line and kind of crawl back into this game now, trailing by 3.
Davidson, nice serve. Breidenball will get it over to Hager. Breidenball back over. Richardson right at it on the net. Jackets trying to keep it alive now, and they can't do it. As a lot of hustle. Boy, they're trying to keep it moving, but that front line, I think that was Gilmore creating the havoc there.
I don't know if that Sidney defender touched the ball or not. Coach Dexter Toby was thinking what I thought. I thought it may have been 4 hits on Northmont, but they get the benefit of the doubt.
22-18 on the First National Bank Think First scoreboard. Right side comes Rush. Breidenball, good defense. Jones back to Breidenball. At the net, rolls back towards Northmont. Over the net, and Alina Swearingen, I'm not going to say she muscled it over, but she got the job done.
And again, they missed 4 hits there on Northmont. They didn't call it, but it don't matter. Sidney got the point anyway. But no one from Sidney even touched that ball in the send-over.
Jones, Washington, back over to Gilmore. At the net, point Sidney. Well, that's a good observation on the 4 hits.
Yeah.
That happened twice, and suddenly Northmont will take the timeout. Our score, Northmont 22, Jackets coming on strong with 20. You're watching high school volleyball on NK Telco Sports.
Hi, I'm Mallory. My grandpa's been making the world's worst pizza for 30 years. That doesn't look like the world's worst pizza. Grandpa, I know why they call you Chunky Bob. It's because you use chunky ingredients on your pizza.
Of course, it's not because I'm fat.
Grandpa, this is the world's best pizza. Keyhole Pizza, come check Grandpa out.
Dine in or carry out.
Timeout taken by Northmont, and of course, all timeouts brought to you by Precision Strip this season here on NK Telco Sports. Crunch time, Yellow Jackets with the serve. Into the net it goes, Alina Swearingen.
Yeah, the service errors and this three-point edge probably belongs to Northmont because of those Sidney serving errors in part and due to the net play of Northmont.
That's in. And we're down to, here comes set number 1. Ready to come to a conclusion here. Ellie Gilmore, junior's going to serve for Northmont. Yellow Jacket defense digs in. Rush. Swearingen in trouble, and that's it. Northmont takes a 25-20 win over Sidney in set number 1. It's 1-0 Northmont as we move on to the second set. You're watching high school volleyball on NK Telco Sports.
Kogi Plumbing and Heating is your Bryant Factory authorized dealer. We have brought the best of comfort, control, and plumbing services to the St. Mary's area for over 60 years. We have been Reader's Choice winners for the last 4 years running and excel at providing our customers with efficient and reliable heating and air conditioning, as well as responsive service when a plumbing emergency arises. We insist that the products we install in our customers' homes and businesses offer the same performance and value that we expect ourselves. Call today for your next plumbing and heating or air conditioning needs. Bryant, whatever it takes.
Are you looking for a rewarding career? Lincoln Electric Automation in Coldwater and Fort Loramie supplies top-of-the-line automation systems to manufacturers. Lincoln Electric Automation routinely develops its team through hiring and by offering advanced technical training. We understand that every employee matters, and every role contributes to the success of our business. We offer advancement opportunities, competitive wages, and benefit packages. Visit LincolnElectric.com and get on track to a better career and the better future.
Back here at the Hive, Yellow Jackets go down to defeat in set number 1, 25-20. And when you look at it, of course, the advantage at the net went to Northmont. But the Yellow Jackets seem to have a few too many serving errors that really, it was still pretty tight and ended up 25-20 and just a few too many mistakes in that first set.
Yeah, in those service errors, they came on a little strong, and after Northmont took that timeout, they rattled off 3 straight points to win. But Sidney's serve game toward the end of set 1 there was a really positive step. They got Northmont out of system a few times, but that net play is obviously something that you can't cover up. You know, you have to keep serving good just like that to get back in this game if you're Sidney. Richardson
to Swearingen. Northmont's got to send it over, and Hager does just that. Swearingen with the set to Rush. Hager back over to Washington. She's going to try and set it up for Hall, but Davidson will field it. Swearingen back over to Rush, looking for that corner. Hager. Bidenbraun at the net. Point goes to the Yellow Jackets. Richardson comes up big.
Yeah, you haven't really seen Bidenbraun really put one down yet. She's the lead kill getter. Going into this game with 111 kills for the junior.
At the net. Adams sends it across. Hager with the set. And that's a powerful Ellie Gilmore.
Yeah.
Not sure how tall Gilmore is. We don't have the height figures, but she's got quite a reach, too.
Yeah, she got lucky. That probably hit the tape, too, and always it takes that trajectory off the ball. You know, maybe she sends it long. I don't know.
Turner will try and dig it out. Davidson keeps it alive, and Turner will send it back over. Gilmore is long on that one. She wound up and just flat out hit it.
I think that's what she was trying to do last time, too, before it hit the tape. And unfortunately for her, stayed in. But Sidney had it covered up pretty well.
Northmont out of sync that time, and it cost them. Yellow Jackets go up 3-1 as they try to even this up. Alina Swearingen will serve away. Washington. Hager comes across the court. And I think that's touched there by Turner. Jenna Hall, a sophomore. A good strong hit.
Yeah, it was going to be long there. Turner did touch it. She didn't know. But, you know, the Sidney serving, it's getting better. You know, as this game's going on, you're seeing Northmont get more out of sync, which is what a lot of coaches talk about, staying in system. Northmont struggling to do that here lately.
Breidenball with the serve. Swearingen with a set. And Adams.
Richardson in the net, I think.
Richardson in the net?
I think. They held up 2. I don't think it was quite maybe a lift, but left in the net, some sort of violation.
Turner with it. Swearingen back over to Richardson. Shoots it over to Hager. Comes back to Hall, and she puts it in the net. And Sidney goes up 4-3 on that First National Bank Think First scoreboard.
Now those attack errors are racking up for Northmont because of them being out of system there. Hitting it flat-footed, they're not even getting it over at all.
Hager, Gilmore, Rush, Swearingen over to the backside, and Adams. Adams will get the kill. Five to 3 as Haley Richardson continues in serve for Sidney. Yellow Jackets, 139 aces on the season. Serving percentage about 91%. And Gilmore's hit out of bounds. And Richardson with the serve, and it's 6-3. Jones into the net. And it's 7-3 Sidney. Just a reversal of what we saw in the first set almost.
Yeah, just the attack errors racking up here for Northmont. Like I said, we look on paper, both these teams hovering around 500. So you look on paper, you know this matchup's going to be a pretty good one. And there's Northmont out of system again. He can't even chase up to it for Sidney Ace.
Yep. Coach Matt Breidenbaugh making a few substitutes here to try and get him back in sync.
It's like I said, Dave. Sidney's serving is doing better toward the end of the first set.
Siga Diop into the lineup for Northmont. And I think we're about set. There's the whistle. Washington. Hager. Gilmore will take it across. Davidson up to Swearingen. Open space, and Sophia Boslett, the sophomore middle hitter, finds that corner. Timeout. Northmont. We've done a reversal here. Second set, all Sidney so far. Yellow Jackets 9, Northmont 3. You're watching high school volleyball on NK Telco Sports.
We are here, and here, and here. Mr. Bank is everywhere, providing every banking service that you need to keep your financial life in order. Whether you are on the go or stopping by one of our branches, Mr. Bank is here for you. We proudly support the communities where you live. Minster Bank, helping people achieve financial success.
Richardson sends it to Washington. She'll dig it out. Rush keeps it alive. Adams back over to Boslett. That hit just too long by Jenna Hall.
Oh, yeah, it's just a lot of attack errors. It's attack error after attack error for Northmont. And they're just piling up.
So effective in the first set. And
yeah.
Just a different...
They're not serve receiving very well here in the second set. So like I said, it was adding up there. You could see it toward the end of the first set.
Gilmore. Good effort by Davidson. Richardson takes it across. Washington. That's a tough play right there.
Yeah.
Not sure how Northmont came out on that.
The lift.
But we got a net or a carry.
Oh, a carry up. Okay.
A carry, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, Jenna Hagar.
Makes it 11-3. Yellow Jackets rolling. Richardson. Good low line drive serve. Diop with the kill. And it's 11-4, and that slows the momentum. That also puts Jaden Johnson back into the lineup. Gilmore with the serve. Turner digs it out. Set. Swearingen. And Kyla Rush thumps one home for the Yellow Jackets, and it's 12-4. That was an emphatic hit by Rush, and Sidney's lead at 8. And the hit there by Hall. Jackets unable to handle as Ashlyn Long will come back into the lineup and for Jenna Hall, and she'll serve. 12-5 our score. Swearingen, Davidson. And the hit just too long.
And now if you're Northmont, what you want to do is get Sidney back on their toes. get a couple serves, get Sidney out of system here so you can kind of figure things out here with your serve receive.
Swearingen over to Davidson. Good clean kill by Cynthia Davidson.
It's like I said, Dave, you just saw the serve game go in Sidney's favor toward the end of that first set, and now you're seeing it clear in evidence. Sidney picked up a clean serve. They got in system. They gave it to Davidson for a kill.
13-6. Johnson lets up, and she gets the kill. Jaden Johnson, she is a sophomore, but she's a pretty smart player. Number 19, right in the middle of your screen there, right at the net. Madeline Hoff will serve. Turner, Swearingen, Davidson. Defense comes through at the net. Swearingen and Boslett make it 14-7, and Swearingen and Boslett will be in serve. Breidenball. She'll come back at the net, and Breidenball will get the point, and it's 14-8 on that scoreboard. I'm waiting for it to turn. They get pretty fast with these numbers, but I was pretty sure number 8 was coming up. Washington back over to Turner. Swearingen, Davidson.
Yeah, it's just plays like that I really got Sidney going. It's a soft serve. You get it to your best player. You get Davidson. You get Rush involved, and that's when you're going to really see Sidney start taking over here. You got Davidson out that left front. Now Rush is there. So you know who you're going to here for Sidney, and they're executing really well here in set 2.
That's an ace.
Yep.
Davidson knocks that one in on the line. And 16-8. Ooh.
Not by much.
Ooh.
Not by much, but it was a good call.
Making them line judges work.
Yeah. And she's doing a nice job putting her flag up. She's making it dramatic, which you got to love.
Yeah. That was close. Swearingen back over to Breidenball. Here comes Hager over to the right side and Hall. And point goes to Northmont.
I think one thing, too, when you're taller, sometimes it can be a disadvantage. I mean, you do see over the top of the defense, but you get a little too complacent sometimes, and you send balls long instead of just putting it down with power.
Davidson high to Swearingen. Here comes Rush. Oh, that was the great changeup.
Yes.
Here, I'm ducking up here because it's winching almost.
Yeah.
And she put it right in the open spot, and the defense had no hope. 17-10, First National Bank think first score, and that one's an ace too. 18-10. Jackets on a roll here, trying to even this one up. Swearingen into the net, and it's 18-11. Lydia Breidenball will be serving for Northmont. Davidson. Swearingen to Richardson, but Hall will return it. Swearingen back to Rush. The defense has just got to dig in on that one because you know where it's going to go. And
and that's what Northmont's got to do. They got to use their advantages, their blocking and their size, and send a little more over to that right side. Force Adams, force Boslett, Richardson, those guys to be the hitters. You know where Sidney's going to.
Diop gets it across. Swearingen backside Adams. There it is. Kill. Boy, they're just exposing the defense.
Yeah.
And Matt Breidenball will take another timeout for Northmont. Our score, Sidney 20, Northmont 11. You're watching high school volleyball on NK Telco Sports.
New Knoxville Supply Company, the supply source for residential, commercial, and industrial jobs. We specialize in plumbing products from many name brands, electrical products from replacing a light switch to rewiring an entire house, heating, air conditioning, and geothermal products, sheet metal ductwork, installations, and service. We are now housing more inventory, so all the hardware items you need to complete the job are available right away. New Knoxville Supply. Stop in, call, or check us out online at newknoxvillesupply.com.
Northmont takes the timeout. Richardson with the serve for Sidney. Waddle with the dig. Hager back over to Gilmore, but it's too long. And it's a 10-point Sidney lead. On that First National Bank Think First scoreboard, 21-11. Washington up to Hager. Diop to the back row. Swearingen rush. I swear that ball had eyes, Brandon.
It did.
She put that in the right spot. 22-11. Swearingen to rush, and the winner that time is Gilmore at the net. Northmont picks up point number 12. Johnson will come in. Gilmore to Davidson. Backside to Rush. It's going to be out of bounds, so point goes to the Yellow Jackets, 23-12.
Wow, just what a flip of a switch here for the Sidney Yellow Jackets. Here from set 1 to set 2.
A lot of volleyball left to play here at the Hive here tonight. Rush, Waddle, out of bounds, and ball tipped, and the point goes to Sidney. We're closing in. Here it is. Comes the set point, 24-12. Sidney can even this one up at 1-1 with a point here. Rush, Washington, and that's going to be an ace. Yellow Jackets bounce back here in the second set. Take a convincing win over Northmont. Our score, Sidney 25, Northmont 12. We are even at 1-1, and we'll move on to our third set of play here tonight at the Hive. You're watching high school volleyball on NK Telco Sports.
Together, we are family, working safely for our loved ones.
We are problem solvers who challenge the status quo and drive improvement.
We care about our customer relationships.
We stay true to our values, caring and respecting one another.
We embrace change as we journey through our career.
We are Precision Strip, the world's leading processor of rolled steel and aluminum.
Precision Strip, doing the exceptional.
Hometown Opportunity serves Mercer County, Auglaize County, Darke County, and Shelby County.
The website as a whole is pretty user-friendly. I was able to filter down my options, see what types of jobs were out there for me in the area.
It really opened up my eyes to the employer market around here.
We know that our local candidates, a lot of times, are our most successful candidates because they want to come here and stay.
It's become the go-to site for anybody looking for a job in the region.
Third set action coming up. Yellow Jackets very convincing win there in the second set.
Yeah, no doubt there. And like I said, I'm repeating it again. That serve game, the difference. 5 aces from Sidney. That set, none from Northmont. You saw Sidney get Northmont out of system. if you want to see things change for Northmont, it's getting that blocker, sending a couple blockers to the left side, and they're doing it right now. You got to see the adjustments. This is where coaching comes into effect here. Let's see what adjustments Coach Breidenbaugh makes this set.
Hall will get the point on the kill. And Northmont jumps out to a 1-0 lead. Well, in the second set, Sidney got out to a huge lead and really never looked back. Adams back over to Swearingen, across by Rush. Boom. Turner was there. Look at it.
Yeah.
Coach Toby says, that's okay.
Yeah, that's good effort.
You were there. You stopped it.
That's all you can ask for.
Kind of a neat little exchange between coach and player. Davidson. Got a carry maybe?
Yeah.
Double hit.
Yeah, and that's what you want if you're Northmont. Send a couple blockers to that left side. Try to kind of slow down Davidson and Rush and force Sidney to go to the other side and go to their other hitters.
Davidson. T-Bolt's in trouble. Hager brings him out of it. Swearingen over to Richardson. And Richardson with the kill.
And that's what now you're going to do if you're Sidney. You got to mix up the eyes. You got to change the eye level of that Northmont front line because we know that Northmont is a bigger team than Sidney.
Nice work by the Yellow Jackets as they pick up point number 1 here in the third set. A critical set. Hager. Point goes Sidney.
Yeah, they were in the net anyway.
They were in the net also, but they didn't call that it. 3-2 our score. Jackets down by a point. Davidson in serve. Gilmore will get the kill.
Good angle approach there from Gilmore. She could just swat the ball the other way because she's got that height advantage.
Lydia Breidenbaugh. Set to serve for Northmont. Adams takes it across. Hager will do the set. Here comes the hit. Jackets pull it out at the net. Rush will send it to the right side in Washington. Hager with the set for Hall at the net. Richardson and Rush, and Jackets will have the serve and the point. 4-3 on the First National Bank Think First scoreboard. Swearingen.
Net, yep.
Hager too far, too deep, and that'll tie it up at 4-all. Swearingen will continue to serve. Hager, Gilmore, but it comes right back to Northmont. Richardson working hard at the net. Swearingen over to Rush. Gilmore. Hager's going to give it back over to the right side. And number 22, Emma Lunsford. And ball just shy of the net, and Rush kind of stuck in between there.
Yeah, it wasn't the cleanest set, but overall, even though you don't get that point, it's great defense by Sidney. Yeah, it's great hustle defense by Coach Toby's squad there.
Ellie Gilmore. Davidson. Swearingen. Here comes Richardson at the net. Northmont pulls it out. Rush. And Hager tried to play some defense, but that one just hit a little bit too hard right at her. Boslett will come in, play up front, and Richardson will serve. We are tied at 5-all. For the corner.
I thought it was in. No, maybe not. Maybe just missed. I don't know. Like I said, that line judge, I think, has got to step about a foot back to be able to see that because you're backpedaling and trying to watch that play. You can't keep you can't keep your head still and watch that ball fall in if it's going to fall in the back corner. You know, if it sails over your head, it sails over your head. But you got to stay away from the line of play, in my opinion. I don't know. That's just me.
I think the side judge should have been able to, would have overruled her if it was anything different. She had a good view of it.
That's a lift.
That's a carry or a lift.
Yeah.
And it's Northmont with the lead at 7-6 as Ashlyn Hall will serve. Turner sends it all the way across. Washington has it. Hager, Johnson at the net. Rush. Ball touched to kill for Kyla Rush.
I haven't seen Northmont make an adjustment to Kyla yet. And she's now with 9 kills in this game.
Rush with the serve. Just a little bit too long, and it's 8-7. Northmont. Hoff will come in to serve for Northmont. Rush. Swearingen. Davidson sends it all the way over to Washington. Here comes the set. Breidenbaugh.
It's 4.
Good job at the net there by Adams and Boslett. Of course, that's a sophomore and a junior for Sidney, so that's all good news for the future. Caitlin Adams will serve. Hager, here comes Johnson. Left-handed hit, tipped out of bounds by the Yellow Jackets, and the T-Bolts with that 1-point lead. Back and forth we go.
Nice play.
Boslett, Davidson. And we're tied again at 8.
Great play by Adams there on the dive to keep that thing alive.
Sophia Boslett, 91% server. Here comes Breidenbaugh, but Rush will pick it up. Swearingen. Here comes Davidson. Davidson with that kill, and Ashlyn Long trying to stop it, but that's a tough task.
Yeah.
Boslett. Breidenbaugh at the net. Washington's got to get it across, does so. Rush with the set or bump to Swearingen. Davidson with the hit. And point goes to the Yellow Jackets. So Swearingen gets that assist as Davidson gets the point.
And now seeing Sidney in sync here offensively.
11-9. Lead swings back to Sidney. Serve is long. And it's 11-10. Turner, the libero, comes back in for Sidney. Hager. Adams to Swearingen. Here comes Davidson. Too long, and we're tied at 11.
Yeah, you're not seeing that double block sent there, which I think Northmont's got to do. They got to use that size advantage. I don't know why they're not. I think it's something they need to use to be able to, right there. See, that block's late.
Right there it is,
It's late, though. They're not getting there in time. Their blockers aren't getting there in time to divert, and that's not effective. It's like getting off your block late when the running back's already by.
And Davidson's a smart enough player to find that open gap, and she's in serve right now. Sidney with a 1-point lead.
Never crossed.
Breidenbaugh. Good job up front by Rush and Richardson. Jackets go up by 2. Second set action here on NK Telco Sports. Dave Helmstetter with Brandon Coverman. Thanks for joining us. Davidson with a serve. Breidenball. Hager. Breidenball now hits it long, and it's 13-11. Cynthia Davidson in serve. 3-point Sidney lead. Washington. Hager to Breidenball. Let's up on it. Finds the open court. Stops the Sidney run, and it's 14-12 Yellow Jackets.
Got to get Breidenball more involved, too. Lead kill getters only got 3 kills. But nice job by Breidenball to see that gap in the Sidney defense. Oh, wow. Nice play by Rush.
Boy, what an effort to keep that one alive. Gilmore spots it, and it's 14-13.
Yeah, it's interesting. That first set dominated by Northmont. Second set dominated by Sidney. Now we're back in this seesaw back and forth right here now.
It's kind of what we anticipated from set number 1.
Yeah.
Breidenball. That serve's going to go long. And Sidney goes back up by 2. Alina Swearingen in serve. Lots of velocity, but it's long. (15-14) our score. Here comes Gilmore. Davidson, Swearingen, Rush sends it to the corner, and nobody can find that one.
Rush crosses double digits now in terms of kills.
Smart player, Rush.
Yeah.
Very smart.
Well, her get up, it's just so smooth, too. And it's just very crisp.
Hager back over to Lunsford. And Lunsford, the junior, will get the kill. Ashlyn Long. Rush. Boslett trying to keep it alive, but it's out of bounds, and we're tied all at 16.
Yeah, see, they try to go to Rush off that right front. Northmont sent a double block there.
Long sends it into the net, and Sidney gets a 1-point advantage. Kyla Rush to serve. Johnson. That's long.
Coach Breidenball wanting to tip there, not even close.
Johnson was in good position that time. And the opening was there. Just hit it a little bit too long. 18-16. Sidney up by 2. Breidenball. Rush. What a nice defensive play there. Hager back to Johnson at the net. Yellow Jackets win that one. They'll get it back across. To the floor goes Davidson's. And Coach Dexter Toby yelling, it's out, and it is, and it's 19-16.
It's all about that net presence right there by Sidney.
Timeout, Northmont. All timeouts brought to you by Precision Strip. We'll take a break. Our score, third set. We're tied 1-1. Sidney with the upper hand, 19-16 over Northmont. You're watching high school volleyball on NK Telco Sports.
CarriageWorks has expanded and now can hold up to 25 cars in our service bay. CarriageWorks thrives on customer satisfaction. We accomplish that by providing top-of-the-line technology. CarriageWorks now uses a laser beam system to measure down to the millimeter of factory specs to better service you and get you back on the road. CarriageWorks has a brand new top-of-the-line paint booth that uses waterborne paint. There's no job too big or too small for CarriageWorks. We're certified collision specialists. Come in and see us today.
Timeout brought to you by Precision Strip and Rush with the serve. Too deep, and it's 19-17 Northmont. Northmont trails by 2, Sidney up. As Madeline Hoff will enter for Northmont to serve. Adams, good strong hit, but Northmont covers it up. Breidenball lets up on it, but Rush with a dive sends it back over, and Johnson not going to be denied that time.
Yeah, that was put on a tee there for Jaden Johnson. She just hammered that home.
It's got to feel good.
Yeah. Gosh, it sets in the middle. Those quick sets like that, man. And it can be so deadly sometimes.
Let's see how Sidney reacts. They're up by a point. Davidson gets it across. Hager's going to set it to Johnson again, and she's going to get another kill, and it's going to be tied at 19 all. Bounce back time by the T-Bolts with Madeline Hoff in serve. The youngster, boy, that's a drop ball if there ever was one. Here comes the set to Breidenball. Jackets can't recover on defense, and I think you're going to see a timeout for Sidney. As, boy, Northmont's timeout worked. Sidney will call one. Our run is at 20-19. Northmont regains the lead after they took the timeout. They've ripped off 4 points in a row. I'd like to remind you that tonight's game brought to you by First National Bank, Keyhole Pizza, Precision Strip, Winners Meats, Cargill, and NK Telco. Additional sponsors, Carriage Works, Chiltech LLC, Cy Schwedeman, Dickman Supply, Elmwood Assisted Care, Hometown Opportunity, Hillsman Automotive, Kogi Plumbing and Heating, Lincoln Electric, Minster Bank, New Knoxville Supply, SecureCom, St. Henry Bank, and WCSM Radio. And tonight's volleyball action will be replayed on NK Telco Cable or NKT.TV, the app. Channel 153 tomorrow at 5:30 and on Channel 3 and 503 October 10th at 2 p.m. and October 10th at 2 p.m. as well. And you can watch more games on demand through YouTube, Facebook at nktelco.com/sports. And we are tied at 20 all. Two teams splitting sets so far. Communication breakdown by the Yellow Jackets. They'll regroup. But Tamia Malcolm Washington with the serve. Swearingen back over to Davidson. Boy, just tipped the net. Davidson gets it back into Swearingen. Here comes Davidson again. Great effort at the net. Not sure it was Gilmore or Hager or both.
It was Hagar. Hagar got all that. Gilmore getting credit with a block assist.
22-20. Jackets down by 2, but into the net. The serve goes from Washington, and it's 22-21. Sophia Boslet trying to tie it up with his serve. Gets it across to Washington. Hager with a set to Gilmore. Rush comes in. Swearingen will take it over. Washington, here comes Hager's set. Breidenball. What a fine defensive play by Rush. Davidson will take it across. Washington to Hager. Here comes Gilmore, but again, Rush with the defensive play. Davidson sends it into the flag, and the point goes to the Yellow Jackets. What a defensive effort by Kyla Rush.
Yeah, she's all over the place. She's going to, I don't know if she's playing collegiately anywhere, but man, she should be getting some looks.
Tremendous defensive effort by her. Got the Yellow Jackets into a tie. Here comes Gilmore. She soars over the net, finds that open space, and puts her team up by a point. Turner will come back in. Maggie Turner, number 12, the libero.
With that hang time, Gilmore's got more time to direct where she wants that ball to go, making her more effective.
Rush up to Swearingen. Davidson. Hoff will get it over. It goes over to Breidenbaugh across the other side of the court. Turner to Swearingen. It's coming to Richardson. She'll get the point. And the kill, Haley Richardson. We are tied at 23 all.
Yeah, kind of wrap her around on that slide play. They sent a double block, but just off the hands.
Cynthia Richardson with the serve, or Davidson, excuse me, with the serve. Hager back over to Hall. Swearingen. Fourth hit as the Yellow Jackets can't get it out of the net. Emma Lunsford will come in. In serve is Breidenbaugh. So this is set point for Northmont. They could take a advantage, but we're going to have a timeout here by the Yellow Jackets. Our score, Northmont 24, Sidney 23. You're watching high school volleyball on NK Telco Sports.
At First National Bank, we are working hard to make your life a little easier. With products like Card Valet, an app allowing you to control your cards with real-time notifications, transaction restrictions, and spending limits. The ability to access your money through 55,000 all-point ATMs across the country, surcharge-free. Live customer support when you need it, and online and mobile banking, allowing you to gain access to your financial information wherever and whenever you like. First National Bank, making your life a little easier.
Here we go, Brandon. 24-23 Northmont with Breidenbaugh in serve. Northmont with that 1 point lead. Set point. Adams. Ball falls, and it's a 2-1 edge for Northmont. 25-23. We've got more high school volleyball coming up here on NK Telco Sports.
Hi, I'm Mallory. My grandpa's been making the world's worst pizza for 30 years. That doesn't look like the world's worst pizza. Grandpa, I know why they call you Chunky Bob. It's because you use chunky ingredients on your pizza.
Of course, it's not because I'm fat.
Grandpa, this is the world's best pizza. Keyhole Pizza, come check Grandpa out.
Dine in or carry out.
Kogi Plumbing and Heating is your Bryant Factory authorized dealer. We have brought the best of comfort, control, and plumbing services to the St. Mary's area for over 60 years. We have been Reader's Choice winners for the last 4 years running and excel at providing our customers with efficient and reliable heating and air conditioning, as well as responsive service when a plumbing emergency arises. We insist that the products we install in our customers' homes and businesses offer the same performance and value that we expect ourselves. Call today for your next plumbing and heating or air conditioning needs. Bryant, whatever it takes.
Northmont with the advantage here, and they'll start our fourth set tonight with a 2-1 edge over Sidney, but it's been a battle throughout the night.
Yeah, and this is a point of the game, Dave, where that momentum can swing. Sidney, you've got to come out here and play strong. Northmont's made a couple nice plays to start this set. Have to grasp some momentum if you're the Yellow Jackets.
Rush at the net. Jackets get their first point here in set number 4. Swearingen, long digs it out, set by Hager. Jenna Hall, the sophomore, hits it long. Alina Swearingen with the serve. Jackets win the battle at the net. Richardson and Rush. Sidney goes up 3-1. Off. Over to Breidenbaugh. Davidson digs it out. Over to Swearingen, and Adams on the hit, and she'll get the serve. Or rather, Swearingen, excuse me. Swearingen with the hit. Gilmore. Good presence, finds that open spot.
They know
that's the corner Davidson's got to cover.
They know every time they go to Gilmore, they got that size advantage. So Gilmore's just eyeing that defense up as she soars in the air above that Sidney front line.
Lydia Breidenbaugh. Rush. Swearingen, here comes Richardson. Dug out by Hall, and Gilmore goes long. Trying to find it over to the right line.
It's interesting to watch Jenna Hagar over here. She's telling her teammates where she's going to direct that ball.
Swearingen takes it across. Hager. Gilmore gets the point.
10 kills for her now.
Bossett was up there, but couldn't quite get all of it, and it's 5-3. Yellow Jackets lead now at 2.
Well, Gilmore goes in the back row. Maybe this is the time where you see Sidney try to go on a run here.
Rush. Swearingen back over to Boslett. Northmont in trouble, and Yellow Jackets get the point.
Boslett's 4th kill of the night.
Rush with the serve. Johnson. And out of bounds off the Yellow Jackets. Rotation comes in. Ashlyn Long will serve. 6-4 Sidney. Turner digs it out. Rush will have to take it across. Hager to Johnson. Turner right there. Rush at the net. Battle goes to number 19, Jaden Johnson.
Interesting thing is we've only seen one ace from Northmont this last 2 sets. That was to end, or last 2.5 sets really. That was to end set 3 there just a minute ago.
Johnson again, along with Hager. But it goes out of bounds, and Sidney up 7-5 in the 4th set. That's going to be an ace.
Yeah.
Northmont serve reception. Costly that time. Washington back over to Herring.
Ooh.
Goes across. Davidson set to Swearingen. She'll send it. Well, Washington sends it back over to the open space, and it's 8-6.
It's Jamia Washington, the libero, getting a rare libero kill.
She's fired up, too.
Hey, you don't get those opportunities too much, but Tamia, pretty excited.
And the serve error gives the point right back. 9-6. And that's going to put Sophia Boslett in serve for Sidney. And that goes about 5 rows up. Point goes to Sidney. They lead 10-6.
There is 6 different Sidney players now with an ace tonight.
That's some pretty good serving.
It is.
Hager, Breidenbaugh. Boslett has it to Swearingen. They send it back. Here comes the set. Davidson. Northmont just trying to get it together. They'll get it across. Swearingen, Davidson. Just misses that line.
And I think, I was alluding to the players with Sidney with aces earlier. That's what's kept them in this game at times here tonight. In that and the play of Kyla Rush and Cynthia Davidson. Lift, yeah.
Richardson with a lift, and point goes to Northmont. It's 10-8.
Yeah, Davidson just, I just think not the normal setter in this 5-1 offense, so just a little out of sync.
Swearingen, Davidson, Hager. Here comes Gilmore. Not so sure. Thought perhaps that might have been tipped, but apparently not.
No, I think the blockers were late getting there.
Davidson back over to Washington here. Going to set this time for Breidenbaugh. Davidson will pull it out, but Gilmore, good play by Adams.
Yeah.
Here comes right side at the net. That's going to be just short. And just a tough one for Sidney to handle.
Yeah. Hey, Gilmore's right there, too, so you know
if you hit it, you're probably going to see it right back at you.
Yeah, you're probably going to get one right in your face.
Hager. Maddie Hager. And Sidney's lead still at 3. Set number 4 in case you've just joined us. Northmont with a 2-1 lead. And
wow.
12-10 our score.
Washington with 2 kills for libero here in set 4.
Lydia Breidenbaugh. Rush, Swearingen, Adams.
Nice ball.
Boy, good defense there. Looking for the open space is Emma Lunsford, and she found it. Boy, they just collapsed. It just seemed like they were so slow to react.
Sidney's done a nice job in picking up the tip and picking up the off speed. But, now that they've covered it well, they kind of got a little lax on it there.
Breidenbaugh. Richardson. Breidenbaugh will dig it out, but it's going to go out of bounds. Lunsford unable to get to that one as it's near the officials' ladder, and it's 13-11. Richardson's in serve. Usually a pretty reliable server, and she'll collect an ace. (14-11) our score. Just tips the net. Gilmore. That's a pretty good hit there. Ellie Gilmore, a junior.
She's got that frame. She's got more of a frame for a middle hitter. But man, she's a nice player. She's fun to watch.
Only a junior. Turner. Swearingen to Davidson. Oh, my. There's another nice player, too.
Yeah.
Cynthia Davidson.
This is a good back row attack. With this back row attack, so you got to have a little movement on that ball, and Davidson had a nice little spin on it.
Rush. Adams. Swearingen. Davidson. Out of bounds. Johnson. Off of Johnson and Jenna Hall. They were skying, but point goes to Sidney. Washington digs it out. Lunsford sends it across. Here comes Davidson. Lunsford up to Hager. She'll get it over to Turner. Here comes the set, the hit. And Jaden Johnson will win that battle for Northmont.
Yeah, that's been a big difference here tonight. It's been a blocking game here for Northmont. Again, that size. I don't think they've used it to their full advantage, but it's still been an advantage here for Northmont.
Aishun Long will serve it. Rush. Adams, but there's Johnson and Emma Lunsford. Long with the serve. 16-14 our score. Davidson sends it across. Long now. Johnson. Turner digs it out of the back row. Here comes Adams. Washington keeps it alive as Hager gets the set. Lunsford across. Swearingen right side for Davidson. Off of Lunsford. That's going to be a tough play, and Davidson will get a kill off of that.
Davidson's got 14 kills now. Man, like I said, a welcome sight back for Sidney after missing those last 2 games against Xenia and Stebbins.
17-14. Johnson back over the right side, and Lunsford, and she'll get a kill. This is one of the key points of the game for Sidney. We've seen just enough of them to know that right now is a breaking point.
Yeah.
Or at least that's been a pattern that I've observed at least.
Yeah, I would agree with you.
Hoff with the serve. Davidson with a good look at it. Washington digs it out, but some good defense there by Hager. Boslett. They're going to get it over to Breidenbaugh. Turner. Just up her hand a little bit.
Yeah.
It went over her head, and it's 17-16, but Breidenbaugh with the point.
Tamia Washington's played really well in the back row for Northmont. Man, she's dug out a couple balls here in this fourth set particularly, going along with 2 kills.
Davidson at the net, goes on and off of Johnson. Tell you, Johnson is definitely a factor in this set as well. She's skied high, but it goes out of bounds, and Sidney has a 2-point lead with Boslett in serve, and it goes long.
Well, what a battle we got here. First 2 sets went clearly each team's way, but sets 3 and 4 have been just battles.
Into the net. They exchange serving errors. Oh, my.
It's like, you take a point, we'll take a point. All right.
I know. That's the way it is.
I think Sidney will take that if you just want to keep going back and forth.
They will with that 2-point lead. Oh, Davidson. I didn't see how that one was going to get back. Open spot, and Alina Swearingen. She's the setter, and that time she gets the kill. Or actually, she's playing more front row, I think. But
yeah.
She gets that easy kill and a big point.
And
ace for Davidson. Getting close, Brandon, for another set, but they're gonna take a timeout. Northmont will, and all timeouts brought to you by Precision Strip. Sidney 21 and Northmont 17. Like to thank our sponsors for tonight's contest. First National Bank, Keyhole Pizza, Precision Strip, Winners Meats, Cargill, and NK Telco. Our live view sponsor tonight, we don't want to forget the folks at New Knoxville Supply Company. And, of course, our timeout sponsors, we have a break here, Precision Strip. Other sponsors, Carriage Works, Chiltech, LLC, Cy Schwedeman, Dickman Supply, Elmwood Assisted Care, Hometown Opportunity, Hillsman Automotive, Kogi Plumbing and Heating, Lincoln Electric, Minster Bank, New Knoxville Supply, SecureCom, St. Henry Bank, and WCSM Radio, all bringing you action from the Hive in Sidney. Davidson, second ace, and as many serves for Davidson. Jackets inch closer to tying this one up.
We go to that ultimate deciding set 5.
Davidson, that's going to be long. 22-18, our First National Bank Think First score. And Brianna Abels will come in. Having done the junior varsity game, Abels was exceptional in serve. We'll see what happens at the varsity level. Davidson on the line. What a hit.
It's Cynthia Davidson's world, and we're just living in it. But an interesting move by Coach Breidenball. Takes his lead server out in favor of putting in a girl who had not been in all game in this tight of a contest, and she's going to do the setting duties as well.
Let's see what the Jackets can do. Rush with the kill, and it's 24-18. Yeah, Abels was a standout in the JV contest, but it is surprising it's in the fourth set, and we're coming right down the wire here. And there it is. We move on. Swearingen gets the ace. Boy, we got more volleyball coming down to the final 15 in this one. 25-18 the score, and we are now tied at 2 sets each as we move on to the 5th set here at the Hive in Sidney. You're watching high school volleyball on NK Telco Sports.
Are you looking for a rewarding career? Lincoln Electric Automation in Coldwater and Fort Loramie supplies top-of-the-line automation systems to manufacturers. Lincoln Electric Automation routinely develops its team through hiring and by offering advanced technical training. We understand that every employee matters, and every role contributes to the success of our business. We offer advancement opportunities, competitive wages, and benefit packages. Visit LincolnElectric.com and get on track to a better career and a better future.
We are here, and here, and here. Mr. Bank is everywhere, providing every banking service that you need to keep your financial life in order. Whether you are on the go or stopping by one of our branches, Minster Bank is here for you. We proudly support the communities where you live. Minster Bank, helping people achieve financial success.
On to set number 5 here at Sidney. It almost seems like it's a Monday night custom for us, Brandon.
Yeah, it does. Past 2 weeks it has been, and this and Sidney volleyball, and then, you had your Browns last week, my Bengals this week, it's kind of interesting.
Those are usually sad stories.
You got that right.
Sidney, let's see, was a 5-set?
Yeah, it was 5 sets.
5-set loss after battling all the way back. That was last Monday, and of course, if you're watching us live right now, thanks to New Knoxville Supply, it was a week ago. Of course, on the replays, you're quite accustomed to Sidney volleyball. It's very exciting, and up-and-coming team. A lot of players will be back next year, and, well, there's a lot of volleyball to be played yet this year, for that matter. And that's an ace, says Breidenball. That was a knuckler. Turner took that one.
He's changed up his serving rotation now. Breidenball at the top serving here.
Davidson. And that'll tie it up at 1. Of course, we're going to 15. Hang on to your hats, folks.
You're going to see a lot of Davidson, a lot of rush this set. So Northmont's got to know where to send the blockers here in this race to 15. You want your best hitters touching the ball at all times.
Davidson in serve. Breidenball at the net. Lunsford sends it back over. Swearingen to Rush. Rush gets that kill.
What a great start for Sidney. Great defense, getting it to those best hitters. You get a kill each from Davidson, you get a kill each for Rush. That's exactly what you want.
And Davidson will serve. Breidenball hit that, and you knew it was going to come right back at the Sidney front line, and just easy kill for the Jackets. Big point as it goes to 3-1. Northmont a little out of sync, but the serve dives in almost like a curveball, breaking into the net there. And it makes it 3-2. And that puts Gilmore, who's an excellent server, at the line for the Thunderbolts. Richardson, Breidenbaugh, Hager, Johnson finds the open space. Regardless of whether Turner hit it or not, it still would have been a kill. We're tied at 3. I think really this is Northmont's best combination.
Yeah.
They have good defense and excellent offense. Here comes to the right side, and Rush fires it past Ellie Gilmore. Of course, she'll rotate out, and Washington will come back in. I should say Washington in the lineup she's a pretty good defensive player.
Yeah.
(4-3) our score, and we're tied at 4-all. Swearingen into the net. Ashlyn Long will come back in as Hall goes out. Long will serve. Rush tied at 4. Richardson.
Two left. Yeah. Coach, I don't know what Coach W is disagreeing, but I thought that rotation, way it came off, that's usually the tell for the official.
5-4. Northmont. Richardson. Haley Richardson, under pressure, gets the kill.
And she gets the serve.
And she's in serve now. So we got Rush, Adams, Boslett up front. Breidenbaugh. Hager takes it across. Swearingen to the right side, and Adams, and point goes to Northmont. Turner back in, Richardson out. 1 point, Northmont lead. Madeline Hoff, a freshman, will serve. Davidson to the floor. Rush will tie it up.
Yeah, and that's her 15th kill, Dave, but out that right front this time. Every other kill's pretty much been out that left front position or from the back row.
Kyla Rush. Washington. Hager. Swearingen. Davidson. Out of bounds. Point goes to the Yellow Jackets, and so does the lead, and Kyla Rush will be in serve, 5'6" senior.
What a battle.
Breidenbaugh, Turner, Swearingen gets it to Davidson. Off balance, but Washington's going to correct this one as Breidenbaugh will send it back over. Turner. Boslett gets it across. Boy, I thought there was going to be a net there, but here comes Breidenbaugh. Turner gets in front of it, does her job at the net. Oh, and they stepped over the line.
Yeah.
In the net. Oh, my.
I mean, Davidson really maybe could have let it go and maybe gave it its chance, but Northmont would have had an easy play at the net. Now Gilmore comes from the front row, so I expect her to get a couple balls here. Expect her to be a presence on that front line now for Northmont.
Washington with the serve. Davidson keeps it alive. Swearingen sends it back across. Here comes Breidenbaugh. Good chance for a hit. That's in. 8-7, Northmont. Tamia Malcolm Washington will serve, number 7. Adams. That's an area where they had some problems with over different parts of the last few games, as Ivy Roberts will come in. How about that for your first action tonight? They're going to send it to Roberts. She'll handle it. Comes to the right side. Davidson gets it across. At the net, Davidson and Boslett take care of business.
Now she'll get taken out now as Adams is going to come in to serve.
Adams in. Ivy Roberts does the job. Roberts just clears that net. Swearingen. Boslett.
And it's an interesting time to run that slide play. You try to shift the eyes of the defense, but you haven't ran it all night. And now at this critical time in the game, you run a slide play there, and it doesn't work. I don't want to say I'm, want to be skeptical, but it's an interesting time to run that play right there.
Our score is 10-8. Northmont with a 2-point lead. We are in set 5. You're watching high school volleyball on NK Telco Sports.
New Knoxville Supply Company, the supply source for residential, commercial, and industrial jobs. We specialize in plumbing products from many name brands, electrical products from replacing a light switch to rewiring an entire house, heating, air conditioning, and geothermal products, sheet metal ductwork, installations, and service. We are now housing more inventory, so all the hardware items you need to complete the job are available right away. New Knoxville Supply. Stop in, call, or check us out online at newknoxvillesupply.com.
All timeouts brought to you by Precision Strip. Set number 5, Washington will serve.
We're going to take Hagar out again, leading the GWAC in aces in this side of a game. It's interesting. It's very interesting.
The sophomore Brianna Abels will come in. And as we mentioned in set number 4, Abels, the same kind of move. Abels.
I think they're checking their rotations now.
I thought the libero was up to serve, but must not be. So Abels got kind of a grin on her face. And we're
just checking rotations, yeah.
And the officials say, hey, we're in business here. Michelle Owen on the floor. Abels with the serve. Davidson. Big point, 10-9. Jackets down by 1.
20 kills for Davidson now. What a way on a comeback or sitting out this last 2 games.
Boslett. Washington. Breidenbaugh. Boy, she found that spot. I didn't think she could.
Yeah.
It's 11-9.
Well, she took a little off that. Like I said, Sidney's done such a good job of picking up those tips tonight. But that Northmont height advantage gives them a little second longer in the air to hang out there and direct that ball.
Breidenbaugh with the serve. Rush. Here comes Davidson. Well, I'll tell you, every time they need a big play, there's 2 players they can go to. Rush right there, and Davidson, who is now in serve.
Rush comes to the left front now for Sidney.
Here comes the set, but it's going to the right side, and Gilmore, it's got to go over. Davidson gets the job done. Gilmore, not much he can do there.
Yeah. It's just
got to
on
react on
there.
defense. You're a half step off, and you're deep anyway. So it's 12-10. Northmont with the lead.
Dozen kills for Gilmore.
First National Bank Think First scoreboard. Net serve is an ace. Gilmore, I'm not sure she believes it. 13-10. Sidney will take the timeout as Gilmore gets the ace. And we'll take a moment to remind you that NK Telco Sports and its sponsors pleased to bring you replays of exciting volleyball action Another 5-set game here at Sidney on NK Telco Cable or the NKT.TV app, channel 153. Tomorrow at 5:30, channel 3 or 503, October 10th at 2 p.m. and October 11th at 2 p.m. You can also watch more games on demand through YouTube, Facebook at nktelco.com/sports. Here we go. Gilmore with the serve. Turner. Swearingen will bring it into the court. Richardson across. Gilmore. Hager with a set. Lunsford at the net. To the corner. Double hit.
I don't agree with that call, and I don't think Dexter Toby does either. Must have came up and hit her fingertips. I thought that was a clean push by Kyla Rush.
Wow. It's an ace, and that's it. An ace to end it.
They called it out, Dave.
They called it out?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not sure that Northmont's going to believe that.
I don't think so either. 2 calls. It maybe went a bit out. I had a player
just has
right
to hit the white line, right? Doesn't matter how. Anyway, Sidney's still alive. 14-11. Here comes Johnson. That's going to be it, and Johnson will win it with that kill, and it's 15-11. Wow, what a finish here at the Hive. Jackets, unfortunately, on the short end of it, but Northmont takes a 3-2 win with a 15-11 fifth-set victory. We'll be back. We'll take a quick break here. We'll come back and recap this one as Northmont takes a 3-2 win here in high school volleyball on NK Telco Sports.
Together, we are family, working safely for our loved ones.
We are problem solvers who challenge the status quo and drive improvement.
We care about our customer relationships.
We stay true to our values, caring and respecting one another.
We embrace change as we journey through our career.
We are Precision Strip, the world's leading processor of rolled steel and aluminum.
Precision Strip, doing the exceptional.
I'm ready.
Back here at the Hive in Sidney. Sad ending for the Yellow Jackets. Once again, they fight down to the final 5th set and fall 15-11 and lose 3-2 to a non-league rival, Northmont. I'd like to thank all of our sponsors for bringing you exciting high school volleyball here on NK Telco Sports. First National Bank, Keyhole Pizza, Precision Strip Winners Meats, Cargill, and NK Telco. Live View. Sponsor tonight, New Knoxville Supply. Timeout sponsor, Precision Strip. Keys to the game brought to you by Keyhole Pizza. Scoreboard sponsor, First National Bank. Carriage Works, Chiltech LLC, Cy Schwedeman Dickman Supply. Elmwood Assisted Care, Hometown Opportunity. Hillsman Automotive, Kogi Plumbing and Heating. Lincoln Electric, Minster Bank, New Knoxville Supply, SecureCom, St. Henry Bank, and WCSM Radio. Replays of tonight's varsity volleyball action can be seen on NK Telco Cable or the NKT.TV app, channel 153 tomorrow at 5:30 p.m. and channel 3 and 503 October the 10th at 2 p.m. and October the 11th at 2 p.m. You can also watch more games on demand through YouTube, Facebook, and at nktelco.com/sports. Let's move on to Brandon Coverman. Let's take a look at some of the numbers of tonight's game and select a player of tonight's contest.
Yeah, Dave, you look at the stat line, it's interesting. Sidney dominates it but loses. You know, Northmont, 42 kills. They had 7 aces, 5 blocks. Look on the Sidney side, they had 58 kills, 12 aces, and 2 blocks. So Sidney more efficient in their offense, but I think the net play and the mistakes that Sidney made at times were really the difference in this ball game. You had Cynthia Davidson end up with 21 kills, probably one of the best performances hitting-wise I've seen all season long, and still would come out on the short end of the stick. Just at times, Northmont's size a little overwhelming, but man, this matchup on paper, if you play 10 times, I think it's 5-5. I think it's that tight, really. But Northmont's size in the end just overwhelmed a little bit. Sidney and their hitting with Rush and Davidson, and their serving at times kept them in this game.
And we'll take a look at our player of the game, brought to you by NK Telco, and tonight, Kyla Rush.
Yeah, Davidson had 21 kills, but I think Rush made an impact defensively that, doesn't go in the stat sheet sometimes, and she played really well in that defensive end and kept him in, and also chipped in with 15 kills.
Good night for Kyla Rush, and she's our NK Telco player of the game tonight. And that's going to do it for us here at the Hive. Northmont goes to 8-8 overall. They'll play Tuesday night at Miamisburg and then at home against Centerville on Thursday. Sidney, the Yellow Jackets, they'll play a home match tomorrow night, Tuesday, against West Carrollton, and then another MVL contest on Thursday against Fairborn on the road at the Skyhawks home gymnasium. So, Yellow Jackets, on the other hand, they stand 8-7 overall, and saw a two-match win streak end here tonight, but move on to league play tomorrow night as they try and maintain that advantage in the Valley Division. I'd like to thank everybody here tonight, our director, Austin Ambergy, and I'm Dave Helmstetter. With me tonight, Brandon Coverman. Thanks for joining us. You've been watching high school volleyball on NK Telco Sports.